put some power in. Good morning. So I wasn't going to make a video today, but I felt compelled to come on and tell you about, hold on, bear with me, tell you about the success that I've had with my email marketing campaign. Yesterday I got my first sale, muzzle tough. I was really pleased by it, quite excited, because to be honest with you, I didn't think I'd get any sales. I thought I'd end the fortnight or the month disappointed, to be honest with you. But to get a sale after 2 days of sending the email out was just a wonderful experience, because it made me realise that now I've got to stop messing about and get stuck in. But I want to tell you about this sale and the process and what you can, if you do a Shopify email marketing campaign, what you can kind of expect. So let me just go back over the history, the background to this. First of all, Shopify gives you 10,000 emails a month, right? And that's free. And you use their basic email app, which is kind of, it's an app that you sort of select as an option, and it's free for 10,000 outgoing messages. And you can write to those people who subscribe to your newsletter. I've got about 1,900 people that I've subscribed over the years, and I've never done anything with it apart from letting people know who have subscribed that I'm going on holiday. That's all I've done. And I was telling my nephew, and he said, no, you don't use it for that, you use it to do marketing. And I know the fundamentals of marketing. I understand that, it's a repetitive message, and once it lands, you send it again, you keep sending it, and it's slight variations, and you reach out and you remind your subscribers, your customers, your potential buyers that you're here. I'm still here, I'm still trading. It makes sense, really. And the word is, and it's obvious when you look at do the science on it, that it's the lowest cost method of growing your business. There's nothing better than it. When you compare it with all the other avenues of growing your business and promoting yourself, it's nearly free. It only requires your effort and a little bit of a spend, compared to emails with, not emails, promotions, adverts with Facebook adverts, Shopify adverts, YouTube adverts, marketing basically, and promotions on the on the marketplaces like Etsy and eBay. I mean, Etsy really are taking about 25% now, and I think it won't be far off with eBay when you take into account their fees, their final value fees, their promotions, 20-25%. And you've got to spend that kind of money on the marketplaces to get sales. But the one thing about it is you'll get sales. So you just have to price according to the market, right? So if a cost is 25%, you've got to build it into your price. It's as simple as that. It forces your price up, and customers have to pay it. It's inflationary. There's potential possible mis-selling claims or considerations there, in my view. But when it comes to growing your own customer base that you own, because this has nothing to do with eBay, it's nothing to do with Shopify, it's nothing to do with YouTube, it's nothing to do with Google. These people are people that subscribe to my newsletter on my shop, and although it's a Shopify gateway, they're my customers. If I move to Wix or another provider, those customers come with me. That email database comes with me. I own that email database. That's the science behind it. And if you get 10,000 free emails a month to write to them, and I've clearly got 2,000, then I can write to them 4 or 5 times a month with the same offer. Of course, we've all had those spammy type emails, but I'm a small little business that they've chose to subscribe to, and they can choose to support me or not. If they are competitors in there, which I'm sure there are, because I go to my competitors' websites and subscribe to them. So there'll be, some of them will be competitors. They'll do their market intelligence based on the messages I'm sending out. And then there's those people that subscribe to the newsletter just to get the 10% discount or the 15% discount that I was offering at the time, to make a one-off purchase. They have no intention of buying from me again. And then there's those genuine dressmakers and tailors and crafters that spend 20, 30, 40, 50 pound month in, month out on craft. Whether they use it or not, it doesn't matter. They like spending money on crafting items, and they build up what we call the stash. Stash is your own collection of tools and materials that you need in order to jump on an impulse that you might have, an inspiration that you might have to do a particular thing. And if you haven't got the materials or the tools, then you quickly go off the boil with it. So it's important to have your whole portfolio of products and the materials. Anyway, my nephew said to me that you need to be writing to them. So I did. I decided to do my Gutermann as a test. Gutermann is all my thread behind me. I've got about 6 cabinets now. There's 2 or 3 more cabinets I want to get. I want to get jeans, denim thread. I want to get crafting thread, not quilting thread, and I want to get silk thread. Those are the next few ones I'm going to get. But there's no point just having the cabinets, pretty cabinets on the shelf with thread in it, unless you're selling the thread. Thread's got to go out the door. And the thing about the thread is, depending on the project, you need the right thread to do the job, and you need the right colour. So that's why you tend to see in those old sort of sewing boxes that your grandmother or your mother had or your sister had, lots of different colours of threads. They needed the thread for that particular job, and they used what they needed to use, and that's why what they've got left in there. They may never use it again, but it's there if they do need it. And some people use the same colour thread over and over and over again because they're mass producing. They're producing for profit. So black and white, for instance, is a key colour. Cream, beiges if they're doing curtains and things like that, and sewing for other people or doing repairs, that kind of thing. And then you've got specialist threads, linens, extra strong threads, and then you've got top stitch threads. And then there's a new one that's come out recently, or maybe not so recent, but it's called Maraflex, and it's like an elasticated thread, and it will go with jersey type, t-shirt type, sweatshirt type fabrics, and it will just stretch with the fabric. And of course then there's natural cotton, and then there's sew thread, which is a polyester thread, and it'll sew anything. And the thing about it is, I've got it, it's a high premium product, people like it, it's got a trusted brand, and they spend money on it usually, but as thread goes, it's one of the most expensive threads out there. It's a mass produced item, but it's easily replenishable, and I thought there's no point in it being on my shelves, it's got to go out the door. So I went and benchmarked my prices with some key top competitors, the aggressive competitors that I know are out there, and I was more expensive than them. And I thought, wow, I didn't know that. I should have done my research to start off with. But I thought that's a very useful exercise. I'm going to adjust my pricing model, and I'm going to be cheaper than them. And where I'm not cheaper than them, I'm just going to match them. If my numbers don't work, I'll just match their prices. So I've got a new claim, it's new lower prices, which they are genuinely new lower prices to my existing customers. Come and fill your boots, right? But on top of that, I created a coupon code that gives them 15% off those new lower prices, provided they spend £50 or more before the end of January, 1 use per customer, and that's basically the message. So I crafted an email letting them know that I've just turned 60, that I've just got some new cabinets, that to celebrate I'm going to reduce my prices and offer them a coupon of 15% off when they spend £50 or more. That's all it was, nothing more or less than that. I didn't really try. I just did a little bit of effort on my numbers. It took me about 2 or 3 weeks of grabbing 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there to actually complete the exercise. But once I did, I reviewed the email and I sent it out. And I've got some numbers behind me on a laptop behind me. So let me just tell you what happened, what the outcome was. Bear with me a minute. I just need to get a coffee. So there was 1,894 emails went out the door. 96% of them were delivered, right? 4% of them bounced around. I don't know what that means. I think it means it went into spam folders. But 4%, it says, is at risk. Is a percentage of emails that couldn't be delivered to recipients at risk. I think it has something to do with the fact that when you send these messages out, somewhere behind the scenes, Google or Shopify or something is measuring it. That's how they get this data. And it's measuring it to decide or determine whether you are one of those people that sends spam out, right? So it's raising a red flag to let you know. Of the 1,894, 44% of people opened it when it says it's good. It's got a green flag, good. Of the emails that were sent out, 1.7% unsubscribed. They thought, what's this sod doing here? Getting rid of it, delete that. And they came to the website and unsubscribed. It says that's poor. And the message there is, percentage of recipients who unsubscribed after receiving your email. So these are 1.7% people. That's fine, they're out of the way then. I don't want to be writing to people that don't want to have a relationship with me. Bye-bye. Ta-da. Don't bang your head on the door on the way out. Then this one, it says at risk. It says spam rate, 0.1%. It said monitor spam rates to protect your sender reputation and ensure good deliverability. So I'll have to go and do some reading on that, on how to prevent this from happening. It says good is 0.08% or lower. At risk is between 0.09% and 0.3% is at risk. And poor is 0.3% or higher. I'm at risk, 0.1% spam rate. Performance, it says the click rate, right? The click rate is the percentage of delivered email where recipients clicked on a link, and it says 2.8%. It doesn't give say whether it's good or bad, but it's 2.8%, nearly 3% of all those emails, which resulted in 32 sessions. A session is defined as total number of online store sessions from this email. A session is continuous activity from a visitor. I don't think that's too good, to be honest with you. So I want 10%, but I don't know what the industry averages. The gurus out there will say that for every email marketing campaign that you send out, you should expect to get so many sessions. I'll go and read up on that and find out what it is and benchmark myself against the standard. 32 people. Of those sessions, the conversion rate was 3.1%. This is the percentage of sessions from emails that led to an order. Percentage of sessions. So 3.1% of the sessions, the 32, resulted in an order. That's right, it's about one order, so 3.1%. Okay, 3.1%. If I'd have sent out 1 million emails, then 3.1% of 1 million might have been so many orders. But the total value of the sale was £40.86, but it was actually 49 something, because she spent £56, I think, and it came down after the discount. It came to £49, right? £49, and when they take out the postage or the VAT, they take out the VAT, it comes to £48.86. I don't. I measure the gross amount, which is £49, and I had one order, and then it's got a funnel. It shows that 807 emails were opened, 30 visitors, 1 added to the cart, and 1 order. And that was, I sent it out on, was it Sunday? I think I sent it on Sunday and it hit Monday. No, I sent it Saturday night and it went out Sunday lunchtime at 12:57, that was it. 12:57 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's only been going 2 days. So what I remember from sending out emails like this in the past, not marketing ones, but the one I'm going to be away on holiday kind of thing, they still carry on opening them after weeks even on that particular campaign. So I'm encouraged by it, because let me tell you the numbers of the sale. I discounted the thread. I used to work on a double up plus VAT. I buy something for £1, I double it up to £2, I add the VAT, £2.40, that's my price. But what I found is that if I went and checked my supplier, where I was selling it at £2.40, my competitor rather was selling it at, say, £2.10 or £1.99, something like that. So I've matched their prices, or where I have now working on 75% gross margin plus VAT, if my price is lower than theirs, then I'm cheaper than them. And I am in some cases. In other cases, they're cheaper than me after my 75% margin. So I've matched their price. So based on the benchmarking that I've done, I'm relatively cheap in the marketplace. I've got a compelling story to tell. I'm cheap. You cheap. Anyway, so then my offer was 15% off those discounted prices. So it's compelling again. It's, fill your boots while you can kind of thing, especially if you are a frequent user of Gutermann thread. So I dissected the numbers on that particular sale, and the numbers worked out at a 19% profit after tax, which was about £8. So I made £8 on that sale. And I'm really encouraged by it because that's a sale that I wouldn't have had. I manufactured that sale without the assistance and help of the platforms or Google or Shopify. I created it using the coupon code structure inside Shopify. It's my own initiative, basically. My email's gone out the door. It's generated this information, and it's encouraged one person to come and buy. Maybe there might be one or two more in the coming days or weeks. But I'm going to reframe that message now. I'm going to recreate it, and it's going to be a new message to the same customer base, just in case you didn't see this email, because clearly there's several hundred that haven't seen the email yet. They haven't opened it up. It's probably gone into their spam folder, or it's just sitting in their email box waiting to be opened. They haven't had the time, or they're an infrequent user of email. They log on once a week or something. But there's the 800 people that did open it, so they're also going to see it a second time, and I'm going to say the same message but in a slightly different way. But I'm going to improve on what I said last time. I'm going to go and do some reading on email marketing to find out what kind of language I should be using. I'll maybe assist ChatGPT, and I'll add some new photographs of the threads, take a few close-up pictures of it, put a light on it or something, make it look a bit more palatable. And I'll send that email out again. Why? Because it doesn't cost me anything. I've got 10,000 emails a month. I've used 2,000 now. I'll use another 2,000. And I can repeat this 2 or 3 times or 4 times a month to my subscribers. Right. The third message will be something like, the offer's still available. Don't forget, it expires at the end of January. Same photograph, same messages, repeat the same compelling offer. And the fourth time is, time is running out, expires at the end of the month, right? So I'll send a couple off in January as well. For sure it's going to irritate a few people. For sure they're going to get subscribers. But I should get some buyers as well. And I'll get some more learning from it. And I've realised that what I've got to do is, I've got to improve my language, and I've got to basically keep sending these messages, and I've got to create offers, compelling offers. I bought some clearance webbing. It's a soft acrylic, 1.5 inch webbing in some bright colours, and my supplier that I use is discounted them to clear them off. And they're like bright colours, bright oranges, bright greens, bright purples, things like that. And I thought, I'll get that. But if I sell it like sort of 10 metres, 5 metre lengths, I'll end up selling off all the purple and all the green. I'll be left with the orange, for example. I think there's about 8 or 9 colours. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll measure them into 5 metre lengths, and then I'll add 5 or 10 colours together. I think I've got 10 colours. And I'll wrap them all together in a big roll. So like a jelly roll, call it a jelly roll. And you also have like a spiral of multicolours. And I'll make a video of myself doing it, and I'll take photographs of me doing it, so I can use the material, the photographs, for a blog, for a video, and a compelling offer, the basis of a compelling offer, which will be 50 metres, 10 lots of 5 metre pieces of bag webbing for bag handles basically, or trims. And I'll just do it cheap, really cheap, because I bought it cheap. So I'll do it really cheap to get rid of it. And I'm not really worried about making a profit on it. I just think it's going to give me content. A little bit like Ricky's strategy, in my view. Ricky, well, buy £1, something for £1, because it's just a nice little item. It's going to give it a second life. It'll make somebody happy out there. It'll make a couple of quid on it. But it's more than that. It's an opportunity to make a video, content, and I'll do something similar for my buyers, people who buy my type of products. I'll do it on the studio setup, so I should have some lights coming soon. So I'll do that, I'll make the content. It might take me a week or two to actually produce the video, and I'll do a marketing campaign on it, an email campaign, and I'll send it out to them. For sure there's going to be a few bag makers in the audience. The rest who open it and look at it will just find interest in it, but they'll quickly delete the message. That's fine. It's not a problem. Eventually I'll send something out to them that'll appeal to them. Might be zips. You know, it depends on what it is that they use, what they do. Some people are just into curtain making, others are into quilting, others dressmaking, so they want threads, needles, so machine needles, all sorts of types of crafters. You know, you don't know who they are and what they want. But I'm just bloody excited by it because it liberates me from the platforms. I'll still keep using the platforms. Don't get me wrong, I love eBay. eBay is like, we're partners. I haven't got a problem giving them the promoted, funds. They need to survive. They've got a shareholder base that they've got to satisfy. They need to make profits. We all do. So I'll play their game, and I won't do anything to jeopardise the relationship. Just won't. But on my own business, they'll fully understand and they'll support it. On my own business, I've got to do what's right for me, and email marketing is the right thing. Social media, blogs, all that kind of activity is key, and I've never really done any of it. Never. Because I've never really had time, or I've been lazy, or I just haven't been inspired to do it. Now I am. I realise it's the way to go. And one of the reasons is because of a guy called Gary Vee. He basically talks about the AI era that we're in. He's a bit of a guru in America. Go and check him out. He's quite inspiring, really. But he swears a lot and eventually gets too much. But every now and then he puts these social media messages out. And he's a multimillionaire, this guy. He's made big money from all the different activities out there. He's got a whole team of people behind him. And he's basically saying AI is coming. Virtual influencers are going to be created by companies that cost them hardly anything. And he says there's 9 billion people in the world, and for every person out there, there's going to be an influencer, an AI influencer. They said there's going to be 9 billion of them, maybe even more. And these are going to become running 24/7, non-stop. And a virtual or a genuine influencer that relied on the support or the revenue or the income from a company, all that is going to dry up. And they're in trouble, influencers. Not only because they're not going to get money coming in, they'll still be able to do affiliate marketing and that kind of thing. It's that they're not going to get any space, any airtime, because all of a sudden it's probably going to drive us all mad. You're going to log on and all you're going to keep seeing is artificial AI influencers on your TikTok media, on your Facebook and everything, and you're going to get absolutely sick of it. And occasionally you're going to be able to spot the difference between a virtual AI influencer and a real one, because they're going to be they're so good now. In the future, they're going to be, they create these characters. They created this girl, and she just basically went travelling around the world, and everywhere she went, she took photographs of herself, and she got something like 15 million subscribers and followers. She's AI, for God's sake. AI. That's not even real. You know what I mean? So somebody's created it in the bedroom. So there's going to be billions of these, he reckons. She said the only way you're going to sort of survive is to build your audience, get your bloody audience together, your audience that you own, and then get used to selling live to them. Because when you log on, they will gravitate to you. It already happens with the likes of Nick and Andrea. They've got a community that gravitates to them. Ricky gets people buying from him when he features something on a video. I think you all do. Brum Reseller does, Big Al does, Retro does. I see that when you show something, you thank the person for buying it because it turns out to be a viewer. Those are the people that we've got to be creating an audience. We've got to create that audience. We've got to sell directly to them. So can you imagine, if you're a reseller, I think Nick and Andrew's got a website. I know Brum Reseller's just got his own, a basic one from SumUp. But let's say, for instance, you threw £300 into it and you got yourself a Shopify store, you got yourself a all bells and whistles kind of thing, and you spent the time creating your own website. It takes time to build it. Don't get me wrong, to learn. It's a big, steep learning curve. It's exciting though. It takes a lot of time. You'll make mistakes along the way and you'll try to cut corners. Don't do that. Do it all properly from the beginning. But you build your website and you've got your cross-listers, haven't you? You know, Retro's got cross-listers. You create an item, a listing. You push it out to Poshmark, you push it out to Vinted, it goes out to eBay, it goes out to Etsy. It can also go to Shopify or Wix. But when it's on your Shopify store, on your own website, nickandandrea.co.uk, that you've already got that website. I've seen it, you've got a website. When you promote something, I've just got, I mean, do you remember that? What was his name? The Gentleman Reseller. It was when there was a video, it's when Nick went to visit the Gentleman Reseller. And the Gentleman Reseller, I can't remember, I don't know his real name, but he got out a Meccano set. Was it a Meccano set? It was a Meccano set. And it was mint. Mint. I've never seen anything so pristine. I don't know how he didn't, he should have done a video about it. Maybe he did, I don't know. He picked it up because he didn't want to talk too much about it. I think he was selling it for a friend. But if that was on his website, I'll tell you, audiences there, people who follow him, somebody would have jumped on that listing on your own website and you'd have bought it. And if you're selling it at the same price as you would do on eBay, then you're selling it less the fees. That's the real opportunity. And every time you create a listing on your own store, you can basically just quickly send out an email with the I think the email allows you to send out the last 9 new items, or you can manually select. So you can, I think it allows you to send 9 photographs or 9 links to listings. So this is your new arrivals, and it goes out to your email base. So you're not only just basically communicating with your viewers via media, via video, you're doing it via email as well, which costs you nothing. It's nothing. It's built into the price of the annual subscription. And even if your subscriber base got to say 10,000, every time you sent out an email to 10,000 people once a month, that's free. If you sent out a second email, it's only going to cost you a tenner, because they charge you £1 for every 1,000 emails after your first 10,000. So it's only like, I mean, to get 10,000 subscribers, it's some going, but it's only a tenner. And if you've got, let's say you send out the 9 new listings, and it costs you £10 to promote it to your existing base. All those they'll sell via that method, but you're keeping all the margin. Plus, they don't just go and buy. When they land on your site, they don't just go and have a look at the item that you're writing about. It's everything else you've got on your site. You don't know where they're going to go after that. They bounce around. It's wonderful. It's the way to go. I can't see anything better than that. I really can't. So I'm excited by it, and I just wanted to give you to let you know how happy I am. It's made me feel optimistic, basically. It's a lot of work to do, though. I'm going to try and put some photographs on, or a little bit of a video of the threads that I sold. They were this brand. These are 100 meters. The lady bought 1,000 meter rolls. She bought 6 of them. I normally sell them for £11.50, I think, each. Which is expensive. It's expensive thread. A 1,000 meter cob from another brand is I sell them for £1. So you can see it's 10 times the price. So after the reduced discounts and the 15% off, it worked out that she got them for £8.54 each, which is cheap. It's a good deal. It's a very, very good deal. Because I already have people that come in and, in the past have bought 4, 5, 6 rolls of them at the full £11.50. This particular buyer hasn't. She bought from me in August for the first time, and she bought some buttons for £10. So this is it's a departure from what she bought last time, but it's only her second time from buying from me. Maybe she would never buy from me again. Maybe she wouldn't, because she bought buttons. So had this, okay, you could say thread and buttons are related, but you'd think that she's buying a set of buttons and we'll never see her again. Thanks very much for doing business, bye. But she came back and she bought that. Anyway, I'm wittering on again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Check you later. Thank you. Bye.